Hi guys, I'm Tanya and welcome to my channel, The Donkey Business. There is some weird lighting right now where I'm sitting, but I guess it's fine. Anyway, I just got done watching the movie Antakshari, which just released today on SonyLiv, directed by Vipin, starring Saiju Kurup, Sudhi Kopa and Priyanka Nair. Firstly, I want to start by saying that this movie is presented by Jeethu Joseph, and that's what has attracted me to this film immediately. For people who don't know, he's the director of Drishyam and Drishyam 2. Okay, in the first 7 minutes, there is something intriguing happens, and it is something which is totally unexpected because with like crime thriller movies, you expect the pace to become quick after a point, like maybe 10-15 minutes into the story, but in here before the opening credits only there is something that happens which keeps you involved in the film, and that's when you realize that for the next 2 hours you're gonna have a lot of fun. While I was watching the movie, now I'm like 30 minutes into the movie and I've realized that the movie is based on a small village, and this village has like some really unique characteristics. Firstly, there is caste discrimination, there is gender discrimination. Somehow every man is behind a woman and is trying to woo a woman. There is something with women, and the director has created a very strange atmosphere. It's a very strange village, it's a very small village, and it is not a village which has an out there civilization. You can see that it is a very intimate village, and the atmosphere created by the director is really good. It is very strange, it has strange characters, it has strange music, and but you don't know what is happening. Also, when you get into the film, in the next 10 minutes you've already realized that you're on a third subplot, because there are so many subplots in the movie that you actually don't know what is the main story of the film. When you get into the film, you also realize that there is a cop who is obsessed with Antakshari. He plays Antakshari at home all the time. He plays Antakshari at work, even when he's at the police station, even with his criminals, he's playing Antakshari. And once there's a case that comes to him, which is a criminal case of someone who is very much into politician, and he gets into that case very vigorously. And that's when you realize that the movie's main plot is between a police officer and the politician. But the movie also has many subplots which keeps the main plot going, confuses the audience, but also has a very unique way of storytelling, is what I felt in the first 30 to 35 minutes of the film. Now, when you enter the movie, you also realize that this is basically a crime drama thriller film where there is investigation behind something which I do not want to tell you because of spoiler reasons. The pace of the film is pretty slow for me, especially after 30-35 minutes, when you have made a story which is so interesting and you want to know what is happening, and it is very strange. You realize that the pace of the film is suddenly dropping down, and I as a person was losing a lot of interest, and somewhere I was just like, you know what, this is not really working out for me. I like the production value of the film and the color grading is pretty good. There are some dubbing issues, but I think this dubbing issue comes from SonyLiv. It is definitely not the movie dubbing issue, because I've had these dubbing issues even before with SonyLiv, and it's not only in my house, it is also in my friend's house. So I am sure that there is some dubbing issue in the film. Also, some dialogues in the subtitles are missing. What I like in the movie is, because obviously the name of the film is Antakshari, so there's a lot of singing in the film. But as it starts proceeding, in the start they show that Antakshari is like a happy time when people are singing in the house. It's all happy and nice and chirpy. But as you go in the film, you realize that every time there's a song, there is something bad that is going to happen, which I think was a very interesting element. I really like the actors, and shout out to all of them. I think they've done an incredible job. But over here I want to give a special mention to Ottayam Ramesh. I have hated him throughout the film till the very end, and if he has managed to make me hate him, that means he's done an amazing job, because his character was very rigid and someone I did not like at all. So this is basically a murder investigation film which highly disappointed me. I did not like the movie that much. I had more expectations, especially after 45 minutes. I think there were many loose ends. It made me feel that the movie was incomplete or was trying to show something which it could not. I think it had a very interesting start, but as the movie was going forward, I was just losing interest every 5 or 10 minutes, and I was just like, okay, what is happening? Because first of all, there were so many jumps in scene that it was not in a sequence. I don't know if the director also lost his way of screenplay in trying to make a very complicated story, or I don't know why it did not work for him, but it definitely didn't work for me as an audience, and I did not enjoy that entire subplot sequence in a main plot. I think the main plot was very interesting enough to not have those absurd subplots happening. Secondly, I want to mention that the movie is quite brutal. There is gender discrimination, like I mentioned before. There is also sexual problem with animals and with women, and it is not an easy watch. Please be aware and be strong when you're watching it, because it is quite brutal while watching it. There is also child abuse in the film, so it is quite an out there film with a lot of topics, is what I'm trying to say. As confusing as this video, I think even the movie is so confusing. I did not really enjoy watching the film, but I recommend it to you because it's not like a bad watch, but it is definitely just a one-time watch film and not something that you can watch with your family, first of all, and definitely not something what you can be expecting. Like, don't expect too much out of the film. It's just an average watch. I am really sorry to say this, but I did not enjoy the movie that much. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. Come, let's discuss the movie in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe.